So Vinod Mehta, should Sachin resign rather than insult Parliament like this?
I think he should, Arnab. These are very busy people, but I think Parliament is also a very honourable institution. And if these people don't have the time, they shouldn't accept the nomination. I mean, nobody is forcing them. They can say, thank you very much, but I don't have the time. I don't know what Rekha is doing, but Sachin seems to be gallivanting everywhere. And if he doesn't have the time to come to Parliament, he should resign. More than that, Arnab, it's not just a question of coming to Parliament. You must contribute something. I remember the writer R.K. Narayan, when he was a Rajya Sabha nominated member, made a fantastic suggestion. He talked about the heavy burden that school children carried with their bags on the back. And the government then made the education department said that the bag has to be of such weight. So Sachin is not expected to talk of the Ukraine crisis. He can talk about substance abuse, talk about sport. Rekha can talk about what's happening in the film industry, etc. But they must not only attend, but they must contribute. And if they can't, they should quit. I think they denigrate Parliament by this. This is contempt of Parliament.
You see, in our setup, let's get Bimal Soni in. In our setup, you have 12 MPs who are nominated by the President of India to the Rajya Sabha. They are supposed to have some special knowledge or practical experience in areas like literature, science, art. Now there is sport, social service. But Bimal Soni, Sachin Tendulkar has not done Parliament a favour. The way he is behaving, it almost seems as if we should be grateful to Sachin Tendulkar that he agreed to become an MP.
No, I don't think so.
You can't reduce a constitutional privilege to this level of tokenism.
You see, let me tell you, this budget session is in the peak of season in England. And with Indian team there, I think Sachin could be attracted to be there initially, and he was there when the Wimbledon and Indian team was playing. So, give him some time.
He has the
may
time.
Be having his own
no, I'm sorry, you can, no, 1 second. If you have the time to inaugurate a shopping mall in Vijayawada, right? Or attend an opening game of Pro Kabaddi, or do a book launch in Mumbai, or you do 2 brand endorsements in Mumbai and Delhi, and you also have the time in between to fly to do Yuvraj Singh's charity dinner, then for God's sake, Khushbu, what do you say? At least once walk into Parliament. If you can't speak, show your presence. Because if you have 0% attendance, what you're basically saying, I don't care. I don't care.
I completely agree with what Mr. Vinod
Minimum
Mehta has said.
30% attendance.
I think
No, 0% this session, Mr. Mehta. 0% this session.
If they can't attend 30%.
No, 0% this session. Zero.
No, but I'm saying minimum should be 30%.
No, it's not a,
Yes,
it's not a film premiere that you're doing the premiere a favor by walking in. Yes, Khushbu.
No, I completely agree with Mr. Vinod Mehta when he said that you definitely need to learn the discipline and you need to respect the Parliament. I mean, it's a place where we decided what the country is going to go next. So I think you need to have so much when you take the oath as a member of Parliament. I think it becomes your duty to see to it that you attend the meetings, you see to it that you speak in the Parliament, you take the problems there, whichever way it's related to you. If it's about Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, it's related to the sports, or Rekha ji, it's related to art, or anyone else who's not been attending the Parliament. I think you are the elected member and not the Lok Sabha. Now, people have not chosen you, but they have given you this honorary membership, saying that and thinking and respecting that you are capable of raising a voice in that Parliament. So you have been given a choice. And if you're not able to do it, I think you can always say, I'm sorry, I'm not ready to take up the responsibility, and let me not get into this because I'm really tied up with my personal issues and I will not be able to do justice to it.
Yeah.
So just back out and say, thank you very much, I'm not able to take it up.
So at least a couple of our panelists tonight feel Sachin should resign as MP, and rightly so. Let's not do this level of iconoclasm where we can't ask questions to these icons when they insult Parliament with their 0% attendance. Now, also interesting statistic for our viewers, Sachin has been made a member of the Parliamentary Committee on Information Technology. He accepted it. Rekha joins a group that looks at food and civil supplies. She accepted it. They took it. When it comes to taking these positions, you grab it. When it comes to the photo opportunities or swearing by Parliament, you do all that. But when it comes to contributing anything, as a member of Parliament, you just demean the institution by not even showing your face once. Kumar Ketkar should, Sachin and Rekha just resign now. And by the way, lines will be opened up on this subject in a minute. Yes, Kumar Ketkar and Dilip Tahil.
Mrs. Gandhi had abolished the privy purses along with
yes,
privileges.
absolutely.
And now these new kind of privy purses and privileges have emerged for the celebrities. And celebrities, for being celebrities, not for princes, are now enjoying these privy purses and privy privileges. I think it is necessary for them to determine. Moreover, the point is Sachin and Rekha perhaps never sought to be Rajya Sabha members. They were asked to become members.
But they could have said no. They could have said no.
They could have said no.
They could have said no.
They could have said no. I entirely agree. But also the point is those who recommended their names should have known that this is likely to happen.
Rajiv Shukla was instrumental in making Sachin Tendulkar a member of Parliament.
Name should have known that this is likely to happen, or should have asked them, will you be able to attend? Will you be able to perform? Will you be able to contribute? Will you be able to attend the sessions and committee membership? So they should have asked them and taken commitment, verbal commitment, that they would be ready to participate.
Don't.
I think whoever, Rajiv Shukla or I don't know who, they should have taken the commitment from the people who they recommend to as celebrities in the Parliament that they will contribute something.
So these are the new privileges. Can I say one thing? Rahul Bajaj. He's one of India's top industrialists. I'm sure he has many commitments. So can I share with you, Dilip Tahil, and with the viewers, what Rahul Bajaj's attendance record has been from 2006 to 2010? 88% attendance by Rahul Bajaj. And in this session, 0% attendance by Sachin Tendulkar. Why should we keep quiet?
Absolutely, you are.
Why should we keep having not? You say all these. What did Sachin Tendulkar say?
But this middle class slavery towards celebrities also has to be identified.
No, but political slavery towards celebrities.
Of course, that we are talking about.
The politicians like to put these people up on a pedestal.
Middle class and media pastry slavery. Middle class and media.
Don't blame the media for everything.
Of course,
the media did not make Sachin Tendulkar a member of Parliament.
Just as we did not make him.
No, we didn't make him a member of Parliament.
So similarly, the media also is responsible for promoting celebrities in a way that we forgive them.
Well, I don't know. By the way, we're getting a lot of followers today.
Times now may not be forgiving them, but there are people in the media who forgive them.
I don't think India will forgive them for what they are doing to Parliament. Dalip Tahil.
I have to come in at this point, and as much as I say that I'm no one to say that who should resign and who shouldn't. However, to be a member of the Rajya Sabha is a huge privilege.
Yes.
And a huge commitment.
Yes.
And I think it should be respected to the absolute maximum.
Do you think Sachin has insulted?
Absolutely.
Do you think Sachin has insulted?
I wouldn't go as far as that, but there is also a responsibility to understand that you take people who are completely experts and excellence in fields unrelated to the Rajya Sabha and places like that. Wait a minute. And you make them members of the Rajya Sabha, you nominate them. You can't expect that person to immediately in a year or half a year begin to participate in debates. You have to give them some time.
So what time? What time are you talking? If you want to insult our Parliament, the point is if Sachin Tendulkar, if Sachin Tendulkar, if he's so busy, and he could be more busy, then he could have simply said, I will not be a member of Parliament. You see, Shyam Benegal, who we all respect, his record between February 2006 and 2012, end of term, the man has 74% attendance. He respects Parliament.
He also is from Bollywood.
Javed Akhtar, Javed Akhtar is very professionally very active, very experienced. He has almost 50% attendance despite all of that. And what does Sachin Tendulkar reward this country with? 0% attendance this term and minus 5%. He has 15 crore rupees in his kitty. Sachin Tendulkar, ladies and gentlemen, has spent nil since his nomination, which means you don't even take your job seriously. Then why do you become a member of Parliament? Why do you take a salary? Why do you insult this country in the way that you're doing? And it's not a matter of attendance, but participation.
Absolutely.
Not a single attendance, not a single question asked, not a single debate participated in. If this is the way these people like Sachin and Rekha are going to behave, then why do we need their contribution? If you are elected voluntarily, you can also resign voluntarily. Let's open up the debate. Let's get in Saad Bin Jung, and after that we are taking more callers. Yes, Saad Bin Jung.
Arnab, you touched upon it, but let's elaborate on this issue. It has to be told to our viewers, it's all about the money. When you play test cricket, you get money. You're contracted with the sponsors. For heaven's sake, you're not going to miss that. So finally, bottom line, it is at the end of the day all about the money, and he's not getting the money
I'm sorry,
when he
you
goes
think
across
Sachin
Delhi.
Tendulkar does not know his financial obligations? No, you're saying Sachin Tendulkar, did anybody make him a member of parliament? Saad Bin Jung, 1 second. Saad Bin Jung, 1 second. No, what's Saad Bin Jung? Did someone put a gun to Sachin's head and make him a member of parliament? Did someone put a gun to Rekha's head and make you a member of parliament?
Yeah, listen, I didn't interfere when you were talking. Our democracy is not for sale. You've got to understand that. We don't need brand ambassadors, for heaven's sake, to sell our country. Our cricketers and our film stars are not going to go to Cannes Film Festival and the ICC. They're here for democratic work, and like Vinod and the others have said, they're supposed to be there for the people. And just because, I think personally, if you look at it blatantly, it's about the money.
No, what do you mean it's about the money, Saad?
Not to be there for the country.
Saad, the fact of the matter is, and let me cross swords with you on this, much as I like you as a person, I think you're completely in the wrong in this one, Saad. The fact of the matter is, a Rajya Sabha membership is not an award. It's not a film award. It is not a sporting award. 1 second. It's not a movie laurel. It is a great responsibility, and you accepted the responsibility, and now you will ask questions. You'll raise your eyebrows and say, you're making such a big deal that I never walked into parliament. Why are you making it a big deal? Why are you making it a big deal? I said, why did you take the responsibility in the first place? You have time to attend charity dinners, and you have time to, go around all over the world. You have no time to respect the greatest democratic institution of which you are a willing and voluntary member, Saad. Then you must resign. We have Mohandas Pai on the phone line. We are flooded with calls. We are going to take the first caller right now. Mohandas Pai is the first caller. Interesting, you're watching the Newshour tonight, even if you're not participating on it. Yes, please, Mohandas Pai.
Arnab, I think it's disgraceful that these people have not attended the Rajya Sabha. It doesn't matter who it is. The constitution scheme of things is you invite eminent people to come in from various parts of life to contribute to the debate, to give policy inputs, and to make sure that whatever is their viewpoint is heard. If they don't even come and treat with disdain and lack of respect, they should quit. Our Rajya Sabha should pass a resolution to throw them out. They're not discharging their obligations at all.
I think
so. It's totally disgraceful, Arnab.
No, it's either Mohandas Pai, and we have so many people. I think a member of parliament is calling tonight. I think it's Paresh Rawal. Good evening, Mr. Rawal. All right. I don't think I have Mr. Paresh Rawal with me. I think we go back to one of our panelists. Yes, Vinod Mehta, you wanted to make a point out here. I think we've touched. Okay,
yes,
Paresh. Yes, Vinod Mehta. Go ahead.
I want to suggest, Arnab, that the Speaker should be given powers to expel those nominated members whose attendance is less than 20-25% in one session. The Speaker should be given these powers and say, we don't need you, you are expelled for your dereliction of duty. I think the Speaker should be given those powers.
I think it's a good point. We have a member of parliament, Paresh Rawal, joining us, actor and MP. Mr. Rawal, good evening.
Good evening, Arnab bhai. How are you?
What do you think about this 0% attendance of Sachin Tendulkar in this session? He's an icon, he's busy, he has brand endorsements, but?
No, मैं किसी दूसरे के बारे में बोलना मुझे उचित नहीं.
Hello? Okay, I'll get Mr. Rawal back. Khushbu, now they have their social commitments, they keep up with it. They have their brand endorsements, they keep up with it. They have their film appearances, they keep up with it. Should they at least keep some time aside for parliament? Do you endorse what Vinod Mehta is saying? That if you can't attend parliament for at least 20% of the time, you shouldn't be there?
Yes, definitely. I think when you have taken up the responsibility of being there, serve the people in the parliament, raise an issue for the people, I think it becomes your prime duty that you are there in the parliament and speaking for the kind of a post you have been given. And Sachin Tendulkar and Rekha ji, I think they should make sure that they are there in the parliament and raising a voice, raising a question, giving suggestions as to what can be done for the betterment of the people. They have been chosen to represent the people and not just there as ornaments. ornamental piece is what we're discussing about. Okay, Parliament does not need an ornamental showpiece saying that, okay, we have a star like Rekha ji, or we have the superhero of like Sachin Tendulkar in the Parliament. It's not that. People are not awestruck in the Parliament. It's about place where we are going to discuss the problems of our country and the people of a country. And
no, you know the flip side to that argument, Khushbu.
I don't think you ought to be in that place.
The flip side to that argument, Khushbu, the flip side they give us is, why are you targeting Sachin? Even Lata Mangeshkar rarely attended Parliament.
But we are not.
No. See, but that was 2000.
We are targeting a practice of some celebrities, whether it is Lata Mangeshkar, Sachin or Rekha.
Why can't
the question is, they not only represent the people, they also represent a particular field, particular discipline. And in that case, Sachin Tendulkar can definitely say that he represents sports. There are hundreds of issues concerning sports. Glasgow is going on now. And those sports issues could be highlighted by people like Sachin, who are already experienced on the field. But just as Rekha could have highlighted...
Sachin doesn't like to talk about...
Okay, Rekha could have highlighted the issues of the Bollywood.
Dalip Tahil is saying...
Even if you don't represent the people, you could have represented Bollywood, you could have represented the sports.
Principally you could, but I haven't heard Sachin talk about very controversial subjects even when he was a cricketer. He didn't pick up on... Well, there's CWG. You know the shame of the CWG which has happened in Glasgow. You don't think Sachin Tendulkar could have brought up that issue in the Rajya Sabha?
Issues of the sports could be highlighted. It is not necessary that you have to highlight the controversy and the scandals. You have to highlight the issues.
Dalip Tahil.
But this has to bring up the basic aspect of also you have to consider the way people are nominated and who is nominated. I mean, the point of the matter remains that you want this kind of glamour. You invite someone of excellence in their field.
Glamour? Please define glamour.
You can practically anticipate that this is going to happen.
No, so what is your argument?
So
that we should not be complaining today. We should be very happy that Sachin Tendulkar is an MP.
I never said that. My argument is that the nomination process itself should be viewed very carefully.
So there is predict whether he will attend or not.
You pretty much know what a person's commitments are, what they're doing and what they're not doing.
That's why
it's a suggestion.
Sir,
I completely agree with you. I think that there has to be given the utmost respect to this privilege of Rajya Sabha, and you should be there attending it and contributing. I agree with you. But I'm saying that when you come into a situation like this, you have to look at inherently where it's going wrong.
What it's going wrong is that it's been 2 years after they became Rajya Sabha MPs, and they have failed to give their membership a due attention and the importance it deserves. In other words, therefore, for Sachin Tendulkar, being an MP is like a matter of fact thing. It's not as important as being a celebrity. So then you can choose. Then don't give us lectures such as, Saad, the kind of lectures that Sachin Tendulkar gave us when he became a Rajya Sabha MP. He says, I believe in the last 22 years, cricket has given me things. I now want to give back, and I will help with my fellow parliamentarians, administrators, media, countrymen. Let's make a lot of changes. I want to contribute. That will be fantastic. I mean, you don't utter a word in Parliament. After that, you don't even attend Parliament. Then you should not have made that speech and raised expectations on the day that you became an MP, right?
Arnav, I want to touch upon something quite sensitive actually. And this is what Kapil told me once. He said that no matter how good you are a person, fame finally gets you if you're an Indian cricketer and especially a superstar. And if I've noticed, and I come from a long lineage of superstars, unfortunately, these superstars are not able to go beyond themselves. They're not able to look beyond themselves, and I doubt if they'll ever be big enough to look at our country and our democracy and the social service that is required. And I am so sorry that I have to make this statement on TV, but that is the truth according to me, and that is an inherent problem with the superstars in our country.
Well, I mean, there are several other people who also have 0% attendance, but yes, superstars sort of top that list. I'm taking another caller right now. That caller is now from Mysore. From Mysore, Anand is calling. Yes, Anand.
Yeah, good evening, Arnav.
Good evening.
Yeah, hats off to Sachin Tendulkar and Rekha for what they have done in the field. But here, they can take up this CWG case, as you have told, and the atrocities on women. These people can take up. Whatever debates Arnav is conducting and the panelists are speaking and Anand is speaking will not exert so much influence as these people through their counterparts in the parliament. They have to come out, and whatever they're earning, they've earned so much. Now let them stop earning and start attending the parliament and take up the public issues.
Well, I think
they have to be full-time attendance they should have now.
Well,
otherwise they should get off parliament.
Well, they promised they would, Anand. The fact is that they are not doing it. And that's one of the reasons we are raising this question. But Khushbu, the point that Saad bin Jung made earlier, that it's all about money, he says. Eventually, what will matter to an individual is money. That argument will never be put directly by any of these people who don't attend. But do you believe it is true?
No, in fact, no, I wouldn't like to believe it's true, because even the other panelist who just spoke before this call came in where he said that superstars cannot look beyond themselves. I would like to remind him that when you look at the lineage of the history of politics down south, they all have been super duper stars in their own right, and they have served the people of their respective states. Now, coming back to your question, stars do look beyond themselves. I would like to ask a question to the government who had chosen that particular government, in which party they represent in the Rajya Sabha.
Yeah, the Congress party. They don't represent the Congress party, but the Congress government made them a member.
But the Congress government had chosen them.
Yes.
So why the government is not raising a question saying that we had put this responsibility on you? Respecting and with an understanding that you will be able to make a difference in the parliament, and you have been doing nothing. There is zero attendance. So why those particular people who had suggested, why Mr. Rajiv Shukla is not speaking about it, why whoever recommended Rekha ji, why they are not speaking about it, and when the panel had chosen that okay, Rekha ji and Sachin Tendulkar would be perfectly fine as Rajya Sabha members in the parliament, in the upper house, why they are not speaking about it, why they are not even raising a finger and asking them a question.
Absolutely.
We are sitting and debating whether Sachin Tendulkar
Good point.
Resign or not.
Yeah, go ahead.
They should get up and they should take up the responsibility and say, we went wrong in deciding that these two people should be there in the parliament. Why are they not speaking up?
I mean, she's absolutely right. Those who recommended their names have to answer now.
Yes.
Did they take a commitment from them that they will represent some kind of a constituency? Did they ask them, what will you be doing them? Will you be there coming in the first place?
And what
will you be contributing? All those who recommended them are also answerable, not only Sachin and Rekha.
Precisely. Bimal Soni, you're changing your mind, I hope, on this subject.
Yeah, please.
You're changing your mind, I hope, on this subject.
Here.
Yes,
I think we are being little harsh.
Harsh on whom?
Arnab, I think we are being too harsh. Sachin was nominated by the people. I think if you want this kind of an attendance from nominated people, make some norms. Ask them before they join. Make some compulsion, say 25% attendance. They may be celebrities, but open criticism will not go, because I know Sachin has been an introvert all his life. He hardly used to speak to newcomers.
Sir, he's one minute.
One minute. This be able to do parliament.
No, 1 minute.
Introverts can attend the parliament, introverts can attend the committees, and nobody is questioning why they got Bharat Ratna. Nobody is questioning that. We are not seeking any responsibility just because they were given.
No, I don't. What is
asking them about why are they accepting Rajya Sabha membership and not attending? Rajya Sabha is not comparable to Bharat Ratna.
I think he is still settling down. In my opinion, he was given Rajya Sabha a little prematurely. He has just retired.
I support that point.
Give him 5-10 years to settle down. Then maybe had he been made Rajya Sabha member, he could have given more time.
I was just going to come.
No, 1 minute.
So if he has accepted it, it's not a fault, but
no.
1
minute. Bimal Soni, you are arguing tonight. Now you are saying, but you know, Bimal Soni, there is also something about giving back to your country. You got a Bharat Ratna.
I agree.
You got a Bharat Ratna. You were honored by your country. Now 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. Sir, 1 minute, sir. You were honored with a Bharat Ratna. You were honored with the Rajya Sabha seat. You have the time now to inaugurate a shopping mall somewhere and to go and attend Wimbledon or do book endorsements and brand endorsements and charity dinners, but not to attend a whole session that's gone by even once. And 2 years have passed. You can't turn it. No, these two arguments you made tonight, let's get a response from Saad bin Jung. One, he's an introvert, and B, he was given the seat quite early. Well, if he was an introvert, he knew he's an introvert, and I don't think all Rajya Sabha MPs are necessarily extroverts. So that argument doesn't stick. If you thought you were getting it early, you should have said no. You should have said no.
There's a valid point as to when he got it.
No, Rajya Sabha nominations.
He got it from the Congress government at a very
you get a nomination after asking the candidate and seeking his permission.
Exactly.
Saad bin Jung, we're going to take a next caller after that. Yes, sir.
There is no question of giving a Rajya Sabha seat prematurely. If you're playing for your country, even if you're 20, you're old enough to go there and represent your country. When you're playing for the board, it was completely different. You're not representing your country, but here you are representing your country and you have no business, I'm sorry,
absolutely,
not to be there. Because this is far, far, far bigger than representing.
This argument is he got it a little too early. Now he's 41 now. Presumably he was 39 when he was 39. I know this Rita Prata Banerjee who commented on it. He's probably 7 or 8 years younger to Sachin Tendulkar. It's all about what your commitment is towards that job. It doesn't matter whether you're 40 or 80.
I don't think
the question is the commitment out there.
I don't think it matters at all because people have been elected at the age of 27. And introversion and extroversion is not a point. Attendance doesn't require introversion or extroversion. Attendance to committees doesn't require introversion or extroversion. I think that is completely outlandish.
And there have been so many younger members of the Rajya Sabha than Sachin Tendulkar. I mean, he's not.
Sachin comes out of a cricket career which has been absolutely exemplary. He's got
Mr. Soni
coming up.
Playing cricket.
Yes, Mr. Soni.
Yeah, what you are taking it wrong. Till 39, he was playing 330 days in a year cricket.
Now is he playing cricket?
So he was playing cricket.
Now is he playing cricket?
11 months in a year he was playing
now is he playing cricket?
39 years of age.
Now he's playing cricket?
And in the entire budget session he had no match.
That's not the point.
And now he's got a lot of other activities.
That's not the point.
I can tell you one thing.
Sir, it's a question of
charity or
a small point when you are a member of the Rajya Sabha.
So at the same time, he is settling in. I think this year and maybe next year, he would give a lot of time in Parliament.
No, you see, point is either I think Parliament brings in a minimum quorum percentage, 10, 20 to 30%, or I think you can have a very honourable exit and a resignation saying I cannot keep up with my responsibilities of even attendance, leave alone participation. We're going to go back to Vinod Mehta in a minute, but before that, Maninder is calling in from Delhi. Yes, Maninder, good evening. Maninder, from Hyderabad, Maninder. Yes, Maninder, from Hyderabad.
Arnav, it's time that the government recovers the money from these celebrities who have zero attendance in Rajya Sabha, because these people are basically burden on the common man, because common man pays for their taxes, pays money to them to attend in the Parliament.
Yes.
So it's time that the government recovers the money back from these people, because a common man has been taxing a lot. It's been taxing a lot, and it's basically a burden.
No, you see,
these celebrities are just irresponsible, and they are only here because of glamour.
You see,
the political people have hired them just for glamour, and they are solely irresponsible. They don't care about the country, and that totally means they don't care.
Yes, Maninder, thanks for calling. Now, you know, they receive a salary. Now, the salary may mean nothing for Sachin Tendulkar or Rekha, but they get a salary, they get a daily allowance, they get travel allowances, they get travel concessions, they get a constituency allowance, they get amenities, they may or may not take it, and they also take a pension. So they're entitled to all of it. You can't turn around and say, well, I don't need it. Like Sachin Tendulkar can say, I never asked for the bungalow, I didn't even take it. That doesn't matter. You are in a position where you have that entitlement, hence it comes with certain responsibilities. At this last stage, no, by the way, I don't. If Sachin has been playing cricket till recently, it's been quite some time since then. Vinod Mehta, I just want to focus on whether there should be an option of compulsory attendance for at least some time, so we don't dishonor and disrespect the greatest democratic institution in the country, or a voluntary quitting. It's not going to be shocking, is it, Vinod Mehta, if these members of Parliament voluntarily quit? In fact, it might set a good precedent. Then maybe some other celebrities who can actually do some work would get it. Yes, go ahead. Vinod Mehta.
Arnab, if they voluntarily quit and decide that they cannot give Parliament its attention, I think it's quite an honourable act. But if they don't voluntarily quit, keep continuing to be members of the Rajya Sabha, keep not attending, then the Speaker should have some kind of power to expel these people and say, my friend, you are not performing your functions, and therefore please go and we'll get somebody else in your plate. We can agree on what is the minimum quota of attendance that's necessary. I personally believe 30% should be the minimum.
Yes. You're supposed to...
I think don't try and defend the indefensible. Don't say extrovert, introvert. I mean,
busy.
Sachin was offered the Rajya Sabha seat prematurely. He was old enough to say thank you very much. I won't take
absolutely,
it
he could have said
after 10 years.
Absolutely,
what stopped him from doing that?
Absolutely, and I don't think anyone's celebrity. Dalip Tahil. The point is,
you have a point. There should be a minimum basic performance, minimum expected.
No, we have fettered around
attendance like we used to have in school.
No. We have
if you don't show up. You can't do your
No. We have fettered around these politicians to this point where we almost, some people make us believe that we should be grateful to the celebrities that they ever consented to be MPs. And I feel somewhere that in modern India we should not do that level of iconoclasm. Where I think Sachin Tendulkar should have answered that question. I saw him there in that sequence with all reporters running behind him and saying, "You're not attending the Rajya Sabha." He just walks away as if that's an irrelevant question. I think that's the most important question, Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, that you need to answer. People are asking you, why did you become an MP if you didn't listen? And you can't just walk away from that. Then you need to walk away from Parliament itself. You can be the greatest celebrity on earth, but you cannot be a celebrity so big that you can continue to disgrace Parliament by not attending it at all in the way that you're doing. Now we have a few callers.
It is a huge privilege, and I think it should be respected.
It's a privilege to Sachin. It's not a privilege.
It's a privilege and a huge commitment.
But it's not. It's a privilege. It's a privilege for Sachin. It's a privilege for Sachin, Dalip. It's a commitment he makes to our Parliament. If you can't keep up to that commitment, then you can't twist the law.
He does not elevate the status of Rajya Sabha by being there. No, he does not elevate.
I'm not trying to take away anything that it is Sachin's decision and he's mature enough to do it, but you cannot take the timing away in this
Dalit,
situation.
limited time. I think I'll let Khushbu come in for a minute. Yes, Khushbu.
I said it's not a privilege. Being member of parliament is not a privilege. It's a huge responsibility. You're representing a set of people who look up to you and believe that you are Sachin Tendulkar. You can bring in the change. You can do something for us. You're Rekha. We have worshipped you. You can bring in the change. You can definitely do something better for us. This is what people look up to you. What you have been as a star, what you have been as a superhero in the cricket field. But when you're a member of parliament, it has to, people do look up to you with that.
It has to override your financial commitments, and if you need to lose out on some financial commitments and brand endorsement, be prepared to do it, because you've received the honor of being an MP and attending Parliament. 1 second, we are going to take a couple of more callers. Mr. Bhandari calling from Mumbai. Mr. Bhandari. Mr. Bhandari, just mute, put your TV's volume on mute, otherwise we won't be able to talk. Yeah. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Mr. Arnab Goswami, I'm a very big fan of yours. Mr. Goswami, I'm a very big fan of yours, Mr. Goswami.
Yes, Mr. Bhandari, thank you for watching the Newshour. Thank you for watching the Newshour. What's your question?
Sir, my sincere advice is that Ms. Rekha and Tendulkar, they must quit.
They must quit.
Resign.
Yeah.
Ms. Rekha and Mr. Tendulkar must quit the post.
You agree with what Vinod Mehta says? Otherwise, they should have some minimum attendance?
Yeah, that was, because of their minimum attendance. Because that was the biggest blunder. That was the biggest blunder by the Congress. Congress tenure.
Yeah.
Biggest blunder that was done by the Congress. The Congress tenure bus.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Bhandari, thank you for calling. Thanks for watching the Newshour. You know, you look at all the callers tonight. Each and every caller. Bimal Soni, it should make you think. The mood of this country, Mr. Soni, is changing.
Okay. But what I would say...
Everyone's under question. Politicians are and celebrities will be too.
I am the only one, I am the one who said that we need that 25% attendance should be there from day one. And I think with today's debate, Sachin would back up, and basically Sachin is a slow starter. Let's take
2 years.
Still got 4 years, and I think in next 4 years you'll see a lot of Sachin in Parliament.
No, I
hope so.
I completely agree. We completely respect Sachin. He's a great guy. He should come out now and absolutely change this pattern immediately.
Absolutely.
I think so.
I think he can
And
if he wants to.
For Rekha ji as
I
well.
think he can if he wants to.
They need to have to accept
They need to hear the voice of so many of our callers tonight. I thank you all for participating in this. That kind of iconoclasm is over in the India of 2014. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.